So number four, after talking about slitting throats and stabbing necks for 10 minutes, is Super Mario Odyssey.
Ooh,
um, yes,
one I've actually played and finished.
yes. Super Mario Odyssey was kind of that same idea of mechanical sandboxing, but taken into a completely different genre and context with platforming. And I absolutely adored the as I would call it, it was a brain tickler. Every time you were looking at things, instead of just thinking, okay, this is what the game wants me to do, it's like, but what does the game not want me to do, but kind of does want me
Mm-hmm.
to do? If you get what I'm saying there,
Yeah, yep.
like the very first one that I don't know if you're probably thinking of is in the desert world, like the desert world that's frozen over. There's a 2D Mario section that you can go into a pipe, run through, and then come out up on top, yada yada, make progress and level. Or you can double or triple jump in front of the wall, kick off the wall, throw your hat, jump off your hat, and then get to the top, and then just keep running, completely skipping over the 2D Mario section.
Okay.
Or there's, I think also in the same world, there's a maze where you have to possess a bullet bill and you have to be able to maneuver it just between these really narrow turns and pathways in this maze. And it can be kind of difficult, and it's a little weird. Or you can look and you're like, wait a minute, is this maze, does it have a roof? And you can jump out of your bullet bill, wall kick back and forth and back and forth, and then end up on top of the maze and just run across the top. And there's a bunch of coins up there, almost as a nod from the developer to say, "Oh no, we thought of this." As kind of a nod to let you know, yeah, you think you're creative and you are creative. Here's a little reward, but we also did think of you doing this.
That game handles craziness so well. I mean, you can possess a T Rex for goodness sake, and it just works for some reason. It's so random and it works. I mean,
Yeah, I'm a really big fan of kind of like I'm a fan of bigness. That's a fun sentence there. But I'm a
mm,
fan of games that have a lot going on and feel like they're able to handle it all, even okay. If it's not great, even if it handles it all relatively well. I'll talk about this more with my number one. But Super Mario Odyssey definitely did that, where it felt like the sand world and the food and like the snack foods world and the city world all felt like part of the same game, even though like visually they could have been from Mars and another dimension for all you know.
mm-hmm.
But because of how every level felt like it played with the same mechanics and contributed to the same mechanical suite you've been developing with Mario for hours and hours, um, they all felt like part of the same cohesive game. You were like, yeah, no, I get this all makes sense in the same context, even though the art style's crazy different and the layout's weird and the theming is way different. It all still feels cohesive, and I love cohesive chaos, I guess. Which is funny for somebody whose channel name is about disorder. Ha.
um, yeah, the level design is absolutely outstanding. I enjoyed every moment of Odyssey except for the. I hate the jump roping one. I think my attention span just sucks. So
Oh my
that
gosh.
jump rope thing, I'm like, man, yeah, you can have it.
Did you do the 100 jump one that you to get one of the moons?
No, my attention span wouldn't let me do it.
That
I started daydreaming before I.
that was a soul sucker for me. I did it.
Oh, you
I
did.
did not. I will not say I enjoyed it, but I did it.
Yeah, that's just the thing. I think maybe I got the 50 jumps, and then I started thinking about Star Wars or something, and I would mess up. I just.
You know, I had a really great run of that game where my wife and she would just kind of look up so after I beat the game the first time, she would then go on, we'd go from world to world, she'd look up where the moons are, and because I had the mechanical execution, she would just look up the knowledge and say, okay, so do this, jump off this, go here, do this, and that's how you get this one. I'm like, okay, so some of them are easy and some of them were just absolutely insane. And then yeah, the jump rope one, the volleyball one, those two Whew. That's one thing I just kind of appreciate about all Mario games. So like once again, when I'm saying Odyssey, Odyssey is my favorite of the group, but I really do enjoy the 3D Mario games.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the the whole thing with like what they do with their level design and how they just how they intrigue you and how they have such a great skill curve where yeah it really does feel like a 10-year-old, a 5-year-old, however many year old could beat these games. But while you're a young adult or even an older adult, seeing how much further the game lets you push with your skill and how much it will still reward skill from the lowest end to the highest end is just such a cool thing in game design. I love games that are able to fit a skill curve inside of them. Um, that just tickles me pink every time I see it.
You should definitely play Frogun. It is an underrated gem released this year. Um, it's in a
Shogun.
PlayStation 1 style, and some of the best level design I've seen in a long time. I mean, each level has its own personality, its own set of challenges, and I'm still playing it. I technically beat the final boss, but the game just keeps going, and
Hmm.
it's only priced I think like $30, but the game is massive. There's so
Oh,
much.
I'm looking at it. Yeah, $15.
It was
For
$15. Okay.
yeah on Steam. Heck, I might pick that up today.
I've recommended it to so many people. My last guest, I recommended it. He has played it. He is instantly addicted to it. The game is as hard as you want it to be. You can go through it, not do anything, and have a really simple run. But if you want to collect everything, that's where the challenge comes in because it's similar to Crash Bandicoot. With no death runs, speed runs, and also what you mentioned before in Super Mario Odyssey, where you can actually cheat the level, but it's 100% intentional. The developer is very well aware of the design, and I couldn't recommend it more. It's the only game that's probably tied with Ragnarok right now. It's
Wow.
that good.
Yeah, I'm looking at the reviews. They're great. I mean, it's got frogs, it's got guns. What more could you ask for?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I I'm definitely going to platinum that game. It is every time I
Is it
play it,
on?
I'm sorry.
Is it on PlayStation?
Yes,
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, my PS5 is in the shop right now, but I will possibly like as I'm looking at it on Steam right now, so I might just get it on PC.
I probably mentioned it at least once in each podcast, probably because I just I wanted to get the word out about it. It's
It
just
looks fun.
yes,
It
man.
looks like
Just
a cute art style. It looks interesting with the little frog grapple hook. I mean, I agree with this review. It does have frogs. It does have guns. I don't know what else I need in a video game.
I hope that the developer he responds so quickly. I can talk to him on Twitter. If you
Mhm.
have any questions, he'll answer them. I've gone to him about glitches and bugs in the game. I've seen some very weird bugs, and he's gone back and fixed them. Like one level, coins went. There was one level where a coin wouldn't register. That's fixed. There was one level where if I collected too many coins, the bounce pad wouldn't register high enough. That's fixed now. Um, Before the big patch, you had to collect every coin and stop at a checkpoint. By the way, the checkpoints kind of work like the bonfires in the From Software games.
Mhm.
Um, but before the patch, you collect coins, stop at the checkpoint, you get to keep those coins. However, if you collect a coin and you fall, you had to collect those coins again. After the patch,
Mm.
he made it to where you can collect a coin, fall, and you get to keep the coins. Which I was concerned about at first, but it does remove a lot of tediousness. But other than
Mm.
that, still a fantastic game. One of the best platformers I have ever played.